everyone, how are you? This is your English teacher, Aya Raja. Our lesson today is Models Revision. Could and couldn't. And the aim of our lesson, students should be able to recognize and practice models could and couldn't. Could is used to talk about ability in the past. You were able to do something in the past. نستخدم could to talk about القدرة على فعل شيء in the past, في الماضي. Okay? Now, this is an example. When I was 6, I could jump. Here, that happened in the past. When I was 6, I could jump. Here, we talk about the ability of jumping. Okay? Here we talk about القدرة على القفز. Here, could means استطعت, and always after could we have infinitive verb jump, أي فعل مجرد من دون أي addition, من غير أي إضافة. Okay? When I was 6, I could jump. Okay? Here, couldn't. Couldn't is used to talk about inability in the past. You weren't able to do something in the past. Here, we use couldn't, which means لم يستطع. Is used to talk about inability in the past, للتحدث على عدم القدرة على فعل شيء في الماضي. Okay? For example, here, when I was young, I couldn't run. Here, that happened in the past. When I was young, I couldn't run. لم أستطع الركض. We use couldn't. And after couldn't, we have run, infinitive verb, فعل مجرد من غير أي إضافة, without any addition. Okay? Now, the question form. Here, question form is used to ask if he or she was able to do something in the past or not. هنا نستخدم شكل السؤال لنسأل فيما إذا كان هو أو هي كانت قادرة على فعل شيء في الماضي أم لا. Here, the form of question could plus subject plus infinitive verb, and the complement of the question, and don't forget the question mark. For example, here, could you swim for 10 hours? Here we ask, نسأل, if he or she was able to do something in the past or not. فيما إذا كان هو أو هي تستطيع السباحة لمدة 10 ساعات أم لا. And the answer here, yes, I could, or no, I couldn't. Another example. Could you speak when you were young? Okay, here the answer, yes, I could, or no, I couldn't. هنا نسأل فيما إذا كان يستطيع التحدث عندما كان صغيرا أم لا. And the answer is yes, I could, or no, I couldn't. Now, listen and number the pictures. Here, this is an old man is talking to these children, and he says, When I was a young man 40 years ago, what he could do and what he couldn't do. Let's listen.
Student's book, page 25. 1. Listen and number the pictures.
When I was a young man 40 years ago, I could climb the highest mountains.
I could climb the highest mountain. Which picture? Thank you. Picture number E.
Could you really do that?
Yeah. And I could run up mountains with a big rucksack on my back.
Wow.
Okay, and he could run up the big mountains with rucksack. Yes, where? Which picture? Thank you. Picture number C.
Could you run fast?
Yes, of course. And I could run 20 kilometers without stopping.
And he could run 20 kilometers without stopping. Which picture? Thank you. Picture number D.
You're the best.
I could jump higher than a tree.
He could jump higher than a tree. Which picture? Yes, picture number A.
Fantastic.
I could swim for 10 hours in a cold lake. Oh,
Yes, he could swim for 10 hours in cold lake. Which picture? Thank you. Picture number? Here, picture F.
no problem.
That's amazing.
I could swim in rivers full of dangerous fish, but
Yes, he could swim in a river full of dangerous fish. Which picture? Yes, picture number B.
But what?
but only when I was dreaming.
But only when he was dreaming, not when he was awake.
I couldn't do it when I was awake.
Yeah, so he is laughing. عم يضحك. Okay. Now let's do this exercise. Look at Superman and Superwoman's photo album. What could they do 40 years ago? Write sentences. Use the words from the books. The first word, lift up. That's mean رفع. Fight with. أي تقاتل مع. Run faster than. Ride on. Jump from and climb. The first one. Look at picture number 1. 40 years ago, Superman could fight with a crocodile. Okay. Look at picture number 2. Here. Who can make a sentence? Thank you, Ya Mahmoud. 40 years ago, Superwoman could jump from a plane. Thank you. Picture number 3. Look at this picture. Yes, Ya Ahmad. Make a sentence. Thank you. 40 years ago, Superman could climb a tower or tall buildings. Do you know what's the meaning of a tower? Yes, برج or tall building, مبنى عالي. Okay, look at picture number 4. Here. What can you see? Thank you. 40 years ago, Superman could lift up a car. Look at picture number 5. Yes, Yabana. Thank you. 40 years ago, Superman could ride on a lion. Thank you. Ride on means يركب. Look at picture number 6 here. What can you see? Thank you. 40 years ago, Superman could run faster than a horse. Okay, look at picture number 7. Thank you. 40 years ago, Superman could run faster than a racing car. The last one, number 8. 40 years ago, Superwoman could lift up an elephant. Thank you. Let's move to the next question. What can you do now that you couldn't do when you were younger? ماذا تستطيع أن تفعل عندما كنت لا تستطيع فعله عندما كنت صغيرا؟ Write sentences. بدنا نكتب جمل أشياء إحنا حاليا نستطيع أن نفعلها ولكن في الماضي لم نكن نستطيع أن نفعلها. Yes, when I was 3, I couldn't read and write. Thank you. When I was 4, I couldn't jump. Another answer. Thank you, Abdulrahman. When I was 5, I couldn't play football. Thank you. Another answer. Thank you. When I was 6, I couldn't travel alone. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day. See you soon.